lift your voices. Make a sound, lift your voices. Lift your voices. Stand to your feet. Lift your voices. There's a sound about to come out of this place tonight. Come on. Every woman, every mother, lift your voice. Come on. Breakthroughs happening right now. I can feel it in the atmosphere.
Hello. Hey guys, what's up? Yes, you are hearing right. It's me, Sarai. I am so happy to be here today. I know we started off a little bit late. It's currently 3:09 and I should have started at 3. I was running a little late, but again, I want to welcome you guys and thank you guys for tuning in at Youth on Fire for His Heart. You're listening to us wherever you are. We just want to bless your life and encourage you guys. I am missing my partner in ministry. I'm not going to say crime because we don't commit a lot of crimes, but I just want to bless her wherever she's at. She's at vacation right now. She's enjoying the nice weather while we're here in the cold. But wherever she is, we just bless her life, and we hope that she's doing great things wherever she is at. Just letting her know that we missed her. At least I do. I don't know about you guys, but I miss her greatly. And it's just me, and you guys might just hear just me speaking in English because, lately I think Josie's been speaking to you guys in English, which I think that's fine. But I'm pretty sure all of you young people are very, very, very well with the with English. So I'm just gonna go with English, and without further ado, I'm just gonna whatever I just hope that I say out tonight. Like on my way here, I really thought about the radio, and I really thought about just you young people, and I just want to, like, every time I come here, I just pray that it's a message, something new, something that will inspire and bless your life, like in a different way. We don't want to keep on doing the same things we did yesterday. We want to go from glory to glory. We want to create new things for God, and that's what I hope, that each message and each day, that we're here, that it may be something new for your life, that we may not, just encourage you guys, that it may not be something discouraging, but something encouraging. And as I was thinking on what to say, because as you guys know, I whoever really knows me, I have a lot to say, but for some reason today seemed so hard to find something to say, and I opened my Bible up, and I was like, Lord, what do you want me to speak? Because I have no idea, and I don't want to say the same things I've always said. But the Lord really just brought me to the first of Timothy, and that's what I really want to share with you guys. I've been studying this book for quite some time, and I really just think that this is such a book in the Bible that talks so much about young people. Not necessarily saying, this book is for young people, but there's a lot of good chunks of it that us young people could take out of it. And I just wanted to start off by Timothy 1:5, and it says, the goal of this command is love, which comes from a pure heart and a good conscience and a sincere faith. Some have wandered away from these and turned to meaningless talk. They want to be teachers of law, but they do not know what they're talking about or what they confidently affirm. So what I really want to talk about is just these three things that is said in the first verse: a pure heart, a good conscience, and sincere faith. And I just want the thing that I want to talk to you guys as young people. I want us as young people, as this generation, to be teachers of love. And this is something so beautiful to me, teachers of love. Like that whole phrase, I wrote it down. This is what the Lord really spoke to me. Young people, be people that could teach love, that could show love. Timothy goes down by saying, this part, which truly, as young people, we form part of this church, as this body that God has created to change the world. And Timothy later on says it in 3:14, actually 15, sorry. It says, God household, which is a church of the living God, the pillar and foundation of truth. That is something so powerful, the pillar and foundation of truth. I think that, like, we forget that we're this body and that we're the pillar. A lot of times I think we feel like we're the floor as young people. We're this floor and we're not this pillar. God has created us to help encourage and lift up others. I think that's why in so many ways he allowed this to be written, that we are the pillar. A job of a pillar is to hold. And as Christians, as young Christians, we have the ability, the Spirit lets us, if we allow God to be in us, it allows, us to put things in hold and put things in completeness, because we have the Spirit of God in us. And that is something so amazing. And I just pray that in this new, we're about to enter a new year. I know we're already like, wow, literally next week, Thursday, is going to be Christmas. And after that, it's only 6 more days to the new year. And my thing is, I pray and hope and really like declare over your life that this upcoming year, you will see yourself as a pillar and not the floor. That you may see yourself as a teacher of love and not as just a person that is there. If anything above, a teacher's meant to serve. And I just want to declare that over your life. And like I said, I wanted to talk about a pure heart, a good conscience, and sincere faith. These 3 things are so important, and they're really hard to do. It's as a Christian, it's a sincere faith. I really question, what's a sincere faith? Good conscience, pure heart. We know that a pure heart, the way to describe purifying is just something so like, I think like the best word I could probably say is just white, just completely just white, like pure, I'm pretty sure you guys all heard that song that's in Spanish, Blanco seré como la nieve, and you just think about something that's non-dirty, that and nowadays as young people you might think like, well, how do I keep a pure heart? God must know how hard this is. There's a lot of things we see, a lot of things we hear, and it's so hard to keep a pure heart. The funny thing about these 3 things that it's mentioned in Timothy is that once you reach the pure heart, the good conscience and sincere faith automatically just kind of just come along with that, but you have to start of the root of the heart. And Timothy goes on. What I really like about the first of Timothy is that it breaks it down for you. It later on it says in 4. It gives you instructions. It's like it goes by in 7. It says, have nothing to do with godless myths and old wives' tales. Rather, train yourselves to be godly. For physical training is of some value, but godliness has the value of all things, holding the promise for both the present life and the life to come. Oh, how amazing is that? I mean, for me is like, don't get me wrong. God is saying physical training is important. That's what I really like, that the Bible says, it's important, but it really just says that above anything, we must seek first our interior, our godliness, in like the our lives be truly holy unto God, because not only is that going to bring blessings to our life right now, but in the end, when we are face to face with Jesus, that life to come, like, it's not only going to be good here, it's going to be good wherever you go. So it's like, I like to think of it as like, when you get a present and stuff and they give you a gift card for somewhere, but it's like God is saying, if you're if you're holy, if you're godly, it works anywhere. So it's almost like getting a Visa gift card that you just go anywhere and buy whatever you want. Only that, it's obviously different, but it's God. I told this to someone the other day. I like how God is so wonderful that even how people say like when you turn a Christian, you lose a lot of things, and you lose this, and you lose the right to do this and this and that. But frankly, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, isn't God so amazing that instead of like supposedly losing your freedom, because that's what the world tells you, you lose your freedom, you lose this great chance of being somebody in the world, but in a sense, when you give all of that up to be with God, in a way, you have to see with your spiritual eyes, you gain freedom and you gain the ability to be someone, but not because of your own strength, but because God does it for you. And that's something impactful. Like, if you really think about it, you don't have to do anything. You just have to sit down and enjoy the ride that God has prepared for you. I mean, I feel like everybody else, in the world has, tries so hard to be this one person, this person that they have to be, and they do it out of their own strength. And by the time they get to where they want to, they're exhausted, and they can't, because it's not what they expected. It was pretty much just a different perspective. And with God is, God brings you through seasons, but it's only to mold you. And to be honest, it is taking it from a person that has gone through experiences and stuff like that, which it's so amazing to think that at the end of all your hardships, God at the end of all that is like, it was for your own good. God doesn't let anything happen to you for not a reason. But I want to keep on going down to this verse, and I know that I've said this verse to you guys a lot, me and Josie, but in 1 Timothy 4:12, it says, don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example to believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity, until I devote yourself to the public reading of scripture, to preaching and teaching. It says, and it keeps on going, do not neglect your gift, which was given to you through the prophetic message when your body of elders laid their hands on you. I think that's it's talking to Timothy, but in reality, I feel like this applies to so many of us. Don't let anyone look down at you because you're young. I mean, the Bible says, the wisdom comes from God. Nobody gives that to you. It's not something you get. It's something supernatural. It's something that God gives to you. You don't have to go through things in order for God to give you wisdom. And I feel that this is what I'm feeling, that a lot of young people are wise, and not by things they have experienced, but because of things that God has specifically placed in their heart. And I just feel that, because you're young, you shouldn't hold from talking. You shouldn't hold from speaking out of what you feel that the Spirit is leading you to say. If you have a word for someone, if you have something to say to someone, do not be afraid. God puts certain messages in your heart for a reason. And I truly feel that, because we are young in this young generation, don't get me wrong, it goes on later to say, respect your elders, like as young people, respect, your elders. But, it also tells you, like, don't stay quiet, and just pray for that wisdom that God gives you, that He may just lead you into the right path and to the correct way to speak to people. If you're in an atmosphere where they don't let you do anything because you're too young or this and that, just in a very respectful way. One thing that I learned is that God gives you a place. You don't have to fight for it. And usually when we try to fight for it, it's because our identity is not clear in Him already. You already have your place. It's just maybe right now God does not want to give it to you right now, because it's not where you're supposed to be at the moment. God's timing is so essential, and it's a progress that we have to all go through. And and if you keep on reading, and it says, so that everyone may see your progress. And see, it's just what I was saying. You just have to really just persevere, and just, you have to, make your life a testimony to where people will be like, okay, I see where, or I see how that happened, or this and this and that, like. And again, you're not saying it because of, you want, you could be like, oh, I don't care what people say, because I had friends that used to say that. And true, people are always going to talk regardless, but there's a line, and the Bible, says that, like, I will know you by your fruit. So just make sure that your fruit is just something so pure, and so something that people would see, would like, oh wow, like, she was patient, and she was, or he or she, or but I want to read to you guys one of the last verses that I was reading, and frankly I hadn't gotten this far, but it was so good that I just started reading ahead. And one of the things that I liked is that in First Timothy, still being in Timothy, 1 Timothy 6:6, it says, godliness with contentment is great gain. Don't do something, and I'm gonna pull out my Spanish here, because your mom or dad probably is always saying, like, no hagas nada con mala, like, don't con mala gana, like, if you're gonna do it like that, don't do it then. But I'm not saying not to do it, but just, it's saying, if you're doing something because you feel forceful to do it, and you're not happy doing it, and stuff like that, you're not gonna gain as much as God could actually give you. I think we limit God so much that we just put this sad face on, and we're just like, okay, I'll do it. I don't want to, but I'll do it. But it says here in Timothy 6, says, godliness with contentment is great gain. It's so beautiful to go to God and say, God, I'm giving you the best years of my life. I'm giving you absolutely everything I wanted. And it's so hard, but like, I know that in time, Lord, that all of this is going to make sense. And believe me, every day is just a continual sacrifice. For me, at least, I have to admit, I'm not perfect. I can't do certain things. I'm just like, oh Lord, this is so hard. Like, or I have my struggles. But it's so nice to be able to just lay that into the Father's hands, and just be like, oh, like, Lord, like, this is what I basically just have for you. And I really, really just want to encourage you guys to, when you guys, put something into God's feet, do it with like a, I know it's hard, and I keep on saying this to you guys, but, godliness with contentment is great gain. I mean, come on. I mean, it's so hard, but after a while, regardless, we always say that God gives you joy. But it's such a powerful statement where it's like, God is my joy and my happiness. Because the world could give you happiness, but it can't give you joy. Joy is something that God produces, and that fills up that missing space that no one else can. But happiness and joy mixed together, I mean, that is truly a gain indeed. Like, you just, I mean, that is something beautiful. And my prayer for you is that God gives you that willingness to put everything aside for Him. Like I said, we all have our struggles as young people, and I feel like in every age you have your struggle. You struggle in your teens, you struggle in your mid-20s, and then you the devil always has a new lie to tell you. Oh, time is running out. Oh, you're not good. Oh, like every age, I feel like the devil has strategically planned it out and has this strategic, like, these lies set up to you, like saying who you're supposed to be and who you supposedly are. And that's all a lie. I feel that God has a new identity for all you young people. And I just want to leave you with that. I just want to leave you guys with what we read here. And I encourage you guys to keep on reading. It's so good. It talks a lot. And I just really just declare this over your life, that you may be teachers of love, that you may just have a pure-hearted, good conscience and a sincere faith. So that's all for now, but thank you guys for tuning in. And next week, hopefully we'll have Josie. God bless.